What is conscious travel? There's a difference between traveling somewhere and truly experiencing a place consciously. A holiday can help you disconnect from your life for a little while, but conscious travel helps you connect more deeply to yourself. And I think that's why certain places call to us so strongly, because sometimes we're not just booking a trip. Sometimes our soul is responding to something ancient, something meaningful, and something we're ready to remember. Hi everyone, my name is Tracey, and if you've visited my website, you'll see me described as a Palladian ambassador, a QHHT practitioner, and Akashic record reader. And if these kinds of conversations resonate with you, I share weekly videos around energy healing, spiritual awakening, and releasing old patterns, sacred journeys, and remembering who you truly are beneath the conditioning of this world. For me, travel changed completely when I realized it wasn't just about seeing beautiful places. It became something much deeper. And I remember years ago, after one of my journeys, I came home and realized something inside of me had shifted. That was exciting. I felt softer and clearer and more connected to myself. And what fascinated me was that nothing externally had changed in my life, but internally I had changed. The way I thought had changed. The way I felt had changed. Even the way I related to people and to myself felt different. And that was the moment I began to understand that certain places carry energy, not just history, but energy, especially sacred places. I've experienced this very deeply in places like Peru, Uluru, and Bali. In Peru recently, there was something incredibly ancient in the land. The mountains felt alive, the energy feels intelligent somehow, almost as if the land itself is witnessing you. I remember sitting quietly in the sacred valley one morning, surrounded by the beautiful mountains, and feeling this profound stillness come over me. Not excitement or stimulation, just presence. And in that stillness, I became aware of how much noise I had been carrying in my everyday life. And I don't think that's normal. The constant thinking, the rushing, the pressure, it was like the land itself was gently helping me to release layers I didn't even realize that I was holding on to. And I've seen this happen with so many people on these sacred journeys. People arrive exhausted, disconnected, they're overwhelmed by life, and I can't blame them. But slowly something begins to soften. Their nervous system relaxes, their heart opens, and they start hearing themselves again. Sometimes emotions rise unexpectedly. Sometimes clarity arrives, and sometimes they reconnect with joy for the first time in years. And it's beautiful to witness because often people think they're traveling to see a destination, but really they're traveling to reconnect with parts of themselves. It's so beautiful. That's what conscious travel means to me. It's intentional. It's not about rushing through 10 places in 5 days, trying to tick off all the boxes and collect photos. It's about presence. It's about slowing down enough to actually feel where you are and to listen, to observe, and to receive what's meant for you. I think modern life moves so quickly that many people really give themselves space to truly be. And conscious travel creates that space. I think that's why we always want to get away and have a holiday. It gives us space to reflect, to breathe, and for our intuition to come online again. Even sitting quietly in nature, walking through a sacred space slowly, sharing stories with like-minded people, these things can become deeply healing. In Bali, I experienced this differently again. There's a softness there, a devotional energy. Everywhere you walk, there's offerings, little moments of prayer woven into everyday life. And it reminds you that spirituality doesn't have to be separated from daily living. It can become part of how we walk through the world. One of the things I love most about sacred travel, though, is that it takes us out of autopilot. When we leave our usual routines and environments, we suddenly begin seeing ourselves more clearly. The distractions quieten, and often what has been buried underneath begins to rise. That can be emotional, healing, transformational, sometimes challenging too, but beautiful. Because growth often begins the moment we become fully present with ourselves. And I truly believe certain places awaken these things in us. There are places that activate remembrance, places that help us reconnect with our hearts, places that remind us that there is more to life than survival and routine. That's why I no longer see travel as just a holiday. For me, travel became part of my spiritual journey, not escaping life, but deepening my connection to it, deepening my connection to myself, to nature, to spirit, to humanity. And honestly, some of the most profound healing and clarity I've experienced didn't happen in a therapy room or during meditation. It happened while sitting quietly beside mountains, walking sacred paths, or simply allowing myself to slow down enough to truly feel. But travel can become so much more than seeing new places if you allow it. It can become remembrance, expansion, transformation. And sometimes the places we feel deeply called to are calling us for a reason. We just need to stop and allow that. So if conscious travel resonates with you, you can explore more through my Peru journeys and other sacred experiences on my website. Kee-Ah-Sha, be healed now. And if this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe, share your experiences of sacred journeys, and join me in future conversations around healing, awakening, and sacred remembrance. Thank you for being here.